Bonjour, bonjour. Comment ça va? Je suis Cotalia Benson, mon nom est de la Libre 22. De l'accord Apuria, mon nom est de la Libre. Bienvenue sur mon chaîne et bienvenue chez CONJURE and CONJURE.com. Welcome to your October 17th sunrise readings. If you are here for the first time or not, I would love for you to please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up now or throughout. Hit your post notification or notification button, leave a sweet kind comment below, and please share the video. And to my grammars, bonjour, bonjour, comment ça va? Je suis Cotalia Benson, mon nom est de la Libre 22 de la Croix Impériale, mon nom est de la Libre. Comment vas-tu? J'espère que ça va bien sûr. Mais bienvenue, oui. This is the Conjure South sunrise readings here for October 17th. And please make sure that you tag someone below. Hello, dear. How are you doing? How are things going? All right. So, everybody knows that we must do our hoodoo homeroom roll call. We are going to start with YouTube. Again, please make sure you share the video and thumbs up, please. We got Kirsten in the house. Apollonia in the house. We got Rain in the house. I love the way you spell that. Gregory in the house. Madam Jessica in the house. Lady Ann in the house. A lot of popping in the house. The spirits talking in the house. We got Raquela in the house. Dakota Blue in the house. Jennifer in the house. Shay Shay in the house. Shazlan in the house. Hello, Shay Shay. Welcome. Bienvenue for your first time. And we're moving to the IG for our people. What is that? Is that like one of these things? Or like, kind of situation? Or is that a fall leaf? I don't know. But yes, there's a lot of interference here. Now, y'all see we're in the same room. We have no movement here on this. I'm gonna give you look, y'all always know I'm teaching. I'm a teacher. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Both of these are in the same space, right? This particular candle here, it is now becoming more active. It is dancing. So this is communicating that the spirits that are present with us today are absolutely quite active. Okay. Very, very active, very excited to be here. So we're probably gonna get some very strong messages. This one here, though, is popping. So this is communicating that there is some interference here with there are spirits here that are there is interference with spirits that are here or trying to come through, or there'll be some interference with some messages for some of you. I would just like to communicate that with these sunrise readings, if you do feel that some things are very specific to you, get a private reading. 10-minute private reading. I also just want to communicate too that if you are here on YouTube and you feel so inclined, absolutely send a super chat or super sticker, and if you so choose. So let's see who we have in IG. We got Marissa in the house, Southern Sugar in the house. We got D in the house. Y'all know it's a very short little screen, so I can't see everybody here. So as people come in, I will also mention them as well. We got Pata in the house. But yeah, so you can see well, you can't see it, but you may hear this one popping. This one's very active, a lot of dancing, but this one is actually popping. Pause due to poor connection. Ah, merci, Siga. D'accord. Bonjour, Khan. Bonjour, bonjour. So, everybody, I just want to briefly, if I may, just remind you all that we are right now, and I normally do not do a lot of pushing when it comes to the community services, but the October community service is available now. This is the High John Road opening community service. If you have been here with me, um, Nola is here in the house. Yes, indeed. En français. Nola est dans la maison. Oui. Sweet and Tea is in the house. RJ is in the house. So, but as I was saying, I normally do not do a lot of pushing the community services. I'm just not driven in that way. But when people are talking about life shifting, life moves, financial freedom, needing to get out of court issues, um, really making sure that your spiritual roads are open. Your spiritual roads are open. Let me tell you all something here, because a lot of people don't get it. You don't understand it because you have not been brought up in it. There are multiple aspects to spiritual road, to road openings. Road opening itself is a spiritual method, a magical spiritual method, but there are levels within road openings. There are your mundane removals, which is your general road opening, and then there are spiritual removals so that your spiritual blessings come through. So if you are looking for help from a particular spirit, then you need to have a spiritual road opening, which removes any obstacles in bad intentions, bad afflictions, bad if someone has really evil eye on you, hexes, curses, etc. Any kind of spiritual hags or hinks that may um get in the way of your blessing, it removes that. It removes those spiritual obstacles. Why? Because when I do next month's community service, and everyone already knows what that is, the Haijan community service, in order for him to completely bless your life, completely get into it, those roads need to be clear. Now, if you say, I'm not going to do this service, that's fine. He will still bless you, but you will not receive your full blessings. Okay? You will not receive your full blessings. Um, And so, super important to really understand the importance of this service, November service, and December service. All of those things play a huge and important factor, and these are only services I do annually. Um, so yes, merci, thank you. So I just wanted to bring that up. That service is available now. The service will be held next Monday. So I wanted to bring that up. I also wanted to bring up tomorrow we are going to be doing our Conjure South Spellcast podcast live, and I am telling you, I was fortunate enough to be able to sign up. I am so excited. Actually, I purchased a community service so damn fast that I forgot to put my name. All right. So what all you need to do, my dear, is go to customer service at Gmail. Excuse me, sorry. Customer service at is it customer service at Country South? Country South. No, it's customer service at conjuresouth.com. Customer service at conjuresouth.com is where you want to go. I also forgot to tell you guys about this aspect of the community service, but there's different options. Well, there's always options, right? But when you look here on the flyer, you will see that it speaks of, well, first and foremost, with this particular road opening that you'll get, you will get a road opener blockbuster kit that will include oil, salt, and a cologne for you to use. All right, and an herbal blend for the wash. Now, I am doing a November bundle class. Listen, the next couple of classes the next couple of classes that will be available are going to be imperative to your new year. Last year I did New Year blessings and things or whatever classes like in December, and it didn't give you all time to get the things. So this year I am actually doing the classes and giving you the material. And you actually can get your community service and those classes for a discounted rate if you so choose, or you can just do the classes. The classes are available as well. I don't know if I have the classes in my phone here. I don't believe I do. No, I don't. So, um, so the New Year's cleansings and blessings. I have December classes also aligning with those things. It's super important for you all to really understand and know the differences between the customs, the traditions, and the magic. Because eating black eyed peas is not hoodoo. People have been eating black eyed peas their whole life, and it has nothing to do with magic. But you can use black eyed peas to do magic. You can use field peas because it's different depending on where you are. If you know about this life for real, um, it's different. There's field peas in some areas. There's black eyed peas in other ones, and so it's important to understand that eating them does not make it magical, but that is a custom or a tradition that we follow at this particular time of the year. But then I'm going to show you how to work with black eyed peas or with field peas as a herbal, as a spiritual ally, because that is something that's incredibly different. Okay. I'm just saying, like, literally, everybody in the South ate black eyed peas. Everybody eat black eyed peas. You got to think, if eating black eyed peas is so doggone lucky, you would be the luckiest person in the world, because you know, being growing up in a black household, that you have black eyed peas, collard greens, and cornbread and chicken more than likely, to some capacity, or beans and rice to some capacity, rice and beans to some capacity, your whole life. So they just become magical on December 31st. They just become magical on January 1st. Somebody help me. Help me understand. Hashtag Hoodoo Heritage Month. I'm just saying. I'm telling you guys, and I know. Hearing this for some of you is a difficult pill to swallow. But if you cannot swallow the truth, you will never be whole. You will never be able to move efficiently and mature in your personal or spiritual lives. You got to think. You you don't literally literally you are eating black eyed peas, collard greens the whole year. Do they just become magical on December 31st and on in January 1st? No, Lady Sims, you could do this if you want products, but I'm doing something custom for you. The custom things that I'm doing for you doesn't compare, because it is very specified. So you do not have to do it unless you want to do it, but you do not have to do it. The people on the IGC, hold on a second. Urban Alchemist, these Cowpeas have gone crazy in the garden. If you need any, please come by to pick some. Yes, Cindy. I love how my students have created their communities here. This this is Jack and the Beanstalk here. I love it. And this is for real. But I get it. I get it. I get it. I understand that people want their whole magical, fantastical Harry Potter hoodoo, everything is magical all the time thing. And that's not a reality. You're living in a fantasy, y'all. And I get it. I get it. People want to pay their bills with magic. People want to heal their souls with magic. No, there's some personal things, there's logical things, there's mundane things, and then there are magical spiritual things. That is also a situation. But it is very super important to know and beyond imperative to understand that. I mean, that's what I want y'all to get. Like, as not even just as Black people in the South, you are eating collard, whether you white, purple, green, orange. If you live in a house, if you live with a mouse, if you live in a box, if you live with a fox, in the South alone, you're gonna have collard greens and black eyed peas and rice all year long. Multiple times a month. And to be honest, in most households that do not grow up with a lot of financial ability, live off of rice and beans to some capacity. Back in the day, it was rice, beans, and vegetables throughout the week, and it was meats on the weekend. If you have any particular questions here, Creative White Rabbit, I would suggest for you to get a 10-minute consultation because I'm going to get wrapped up in these readings here and I won't have the capacity to completely sew into you or to advise you. And I don't want to shortchange you, but I also have a lot to do today and I don't want to take up too much time with all the talking. So anyways, whenever we do have these classes that will be available in November, thank you for your honesty. I'm going to always be that. I'm going to always be that. I'm absolutely and honestly, I'm Creative White Rabbit. When I say 10 minutes is all I need to give you what you need so you can have what you want. I mean that. I mean that. Just give me 10. I don't need 30. Give me 10. Um But you're going to get honesty from me. You will always get honesty from me. I'm not going to try to upsell you this and upsell you that and whatever else. One thing my grandma told me, she says, you take care of your people going to take care of you. That's why when people come to Conjure South and they work with me, they stick with me. Um, If you look in the description box, you will find the link there for purchasing a 10-minute consultation. There's a link in the description box here. And the reason why I mentioned that is because I don't DM, I don't PM, AM, Eminem, Skittles, Snickers, Nerds, Geek, whatever. Um, I don't do any of those things because there's a lot of impersonators of me and they scam people through their DMs and PMs. So if you don't see me or you don't purchase a consultation through my website, you probably aren't going to get me, to be honest. Yeah, honesty is imperative. Honesty is imperative. There's the only way. Um, Facts, I adore her. I don't take anyone else seriously. Thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it. And something else that you'll find from me too is I don't, I haven't up until this year, had to call out someone by name. But even people that I don't support and people that I know that are frauds, I will not um I will not tell you don't do that. Don't do that. Because reality is this. Is that hoodoo that little Miss Nola is doing? No. Is that hoodoo Miss Appalachian is doing? No. Is that hoodoo Miss Brujeria is doing? No. But could the things they do work? Possibly. I can't deny or confirm that because I don't work, with those things. Them masking, appropriating, and exploiting things as hoodoo, that I will call out. That's not hoodoo. Speaking of that, speaking of that, everybody, tomorrow for our Country South Spellcast podcast, we will be talking about spiritual fraud, how to identify spiritual fraud and fraudulent education. I feel that I think this podcast is very important. I don't think I put it on my phone either. I didn't, unfortunately. So the podcast will be live, YouTube live, it's members only until we end up getting it. And the date is wrong at the bottom of this flyer. It will be tomorrow on the 18th at 11 a.m., not the 11th. So we are recording a variety of live podcasts that will eventually be available on Spotify. But if you want to be interactive, you want to join us and talk about it, that's where it's going to be. Tomorrow, we're going to get right into the red flags, fraudulent businesses, fraudulent behavior, fraudulent services. Like, I'm going to do a Papa Legba right. Fraud. Take this Oshun oil and rub on your belly and you'll be skinny in 6 days for 3 easy payments of $19.99. Fraud. And so I'm going to give you a list of here are things to look out for. Fraudulent education is so funny. I was tagged in a post yesterday about, it was so funny. Somebody here actually in the comments mentioned a fraudulent group and mentioned a fraudulent group. And the next day, someone tagged me in a post that group made on Facebook about how people are trying to are using Papa Legba in hoodoo when hoodoo is not voodoo, and people using Orisha in hoodoo, but the Orisha is not hoodoo. But this is the exact same group that's telling people that hoodoo is a religion. So no, I can't support any establishment, person, environment, group, or any kind of infrastructure that is contradictory to their own doctrine, but more importantly, that is falsifying the magic and the method of what this actually is. It's an unethical, sub-ethical religion. No, it's not. It's not. Sorry, my love. So, yes, the flyer isn't on IG. I didn't upload it to my phone, but I will be posting it later. So, and so the thing about it is, so you can't be telling people or slapping people's hands talking about that this isn't Papa Legba isn't hoodoo. He isn't. This is true. Orisha isn't hoodoo. This is also true. But you can't say that and then turn around and tell people that hoodoo is a religion. Please stop calling the kettle black. Okay? Please stop calling the kettle black. And so there's that. But so tomorrow you will have the ability to do that. I will be posting a link in my stories here on IG. But let's get into your sunrise readings, my loves. Let's get into it now. A lot of people really enjoy the beauty of these cards from yesterday. And these are the first playing cards that I made about 7 years ago. About 7 years ago, I made these cards. And these cards were actually consecrated. In fact, the first 4 sets of cards that I've made have been consecrated. But people really enjoyed these circled cards, and you will see all the time, no matter if it's these cards. So these were consecrated. So some of you may have these. We have the Essence of the Queen Oracle as well. And people have not seen these yet, though. And these are Oracle cards. There was a perfume. Oh my gosh, I love these images. Love these cards. I stopped selling these. One thing you will learn about me is I'm very quick to and I was doing round cards like I said 7-8 years ago. Growing up, some of the cards that we had were round as well and very beautiful. Um and so let me show you guys down here. And there's just a variety of different oracles and omens that you'll find on these cards as well. But what I love, no, they're not double-sided. So you have one side, which is the back, and then the image in the front. So that's the back of the cards. And so what you'll find with me is I am very quick. The card of broken faith. I love that. The card of broken faith. Um, but what you'll find with me is I'm very quick to remove things from the inventory and make things a limited item very fast, very fast. But in fact, the next project I'm putting out, I am already considering making it a limited item. And people may say, why would you do that? Because there is a sacredness in the information that I provide. There is an esoteric sacredness and preciousness to the information that I provide that is not like any other. Because to be honest, it sounds so arrogant, but the truth is, there's no other hoodoo queens. There's no other queen of the Millimeters de la Live lineage. So there is no other. Um, I don't think I know of anybody here in America that I know of. Well, first and foremost, I do know my family is the only family of hoodoo that actually is recognized through spiritual royalty on the continent of Africa. I do know that for certain. Those are certain facts. And I can bring in people to show you. um, but the thing is, um, as a spiritual royal, it is very, very. It is very. What is the word? What word am I looking for? We take our efforts and energy and service incredibly seriously. Um, who we share, the seriousness, um, the seriousness of exchange. Got it. I was looking for the word. It is the energetic and spiritual exchange in a space, in an environment, and personally. Um, the November class is a class on New Year's cleaning, cleansings, and blessings and traditions. It comes with, oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you guys. The New Year's class, it comes with 4 herbal allies for cleansing, 4 herbal allies for blessing, a cologne and a perfume, 1 cleansing candle, and a prosperity candle. I forgot to tell you guys that. Um, so, um, so when it comes to the things that I will tell you this: if I leave something up like these cards here, the playing cards I read with, they are factual, they are solid. Um, she's one of one. She's the only one. Don't even waste your time trying to compete with me. Don't do it. Um, it's so funny though, because although I may be in all of those things, um, when you are around me, I don't make you feel that way. I do not make you feel that way. My grandmother choked humility into me. I'm kidding. She never choked me out. But being humble and being able to be received um is is more than being honored, than being acknowledged, being received. And you can't do that with I am Queen Cotalia and da 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 da. And there are things that there are protocols and there are things that I have to live by. There are things that you should know. But yeah, um, please don't lose your confidence in that. Um, merci. No, I will never lose my confidence in that. I know exactly who I am, whose I am, and what I am. Um, which is why I am so blessed, to be honest, when it comes to all things that I do. But anyways, so for that reason, this next project, I am already very, 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 very serious about making it a limited item. Um, and I know that those that leave away, hello, Purple Pixie, welcome to the coven. Um, so I know who has this information and who has my words. It will shift your generations upon generations until this world is no more in the next. I can guarantee you that. Um, and there's actually there's two components. One, I'm really considering making it very limited, and the other, I almost feel it needs to be limited as well. I just may make them just one thing. I may, but you'll see. Things are coming in due time. So let's get into these elemental readings, okay? So in our elemental readings, we are going to we are going to have, and yes, listen, everybody, I want to just tell you, please subscribe to the virtual coven. Subscribe to be a part of the podcast. Um, and I will tell you what I also love about the podcast is there are things that I approach and how I approach things in the podcast that I approach because of who I am. But there are people within the podcast or in the coven that have gone through a lot spiritually through these spiritual groups and some cults. I think some people said they have been a part of these hoodoo cults where they've been abused in those things. Um, it gives me insight to the outside experience because I don't know that. And I honor that and I listen to that. So I do enjoy learning because it also allows me to be able to resonate or to sympathize, maybe not resonate, but definitely sympathize with um people's ideologies of hoodoo, obia, gree, juju, etc., etc. All right, so I think I'm gonna read with the. So, anyways, can I just show you all? I'm gonna show you what growth looks like. This is what growth looks like. This is my first deck of playing cards. My first deck of playing cards. Beautiful blues, beautiful reds. And I'm going to tell you too, this is also a way to know that this was a time when I had not become queen yet, when I was still under the mentorship of my grandma, is the fact that there's red present. There's red present. Um, But this was my first playing card deck. And this is my last playing card deck. And it's just like how amazing the quality of this one. And I say that just to encourage you all, start somewhere. Start somewhere. It does not have to be perfect, but you do have to begin. Okay? It does not have to be perfect, but you do have to begin. And from there, I was able to create this. So please make sure that you all, don't don't reject or count yourself out. Okay? So anyways, I think I'm going to go ahead and read with these. Would y'all prefer I read with these cards, the Hoodoo Omen playing cards, the Essence of the Queen cards, or I think these may have just been the Comedos playing cards, the OG playing cards, the Essence of the Queen cards, or the Hoodoo Omen playing cards. I like the Omen playing cards. Okay. Essence of the Queen. We got one Essence of the Queen. Merci beaucoup, Madame K. Merci. Whichever you're drawn to most. I curated all of these. I'm connected to all of them. Essence of the Queen. Essence of the Queen. So Instagram is saying the Omen playing cards. Thank you so very much, Madame K. So we get a lot of Essence of the Queen on Instagram. We literally have, oh my goodness, it is like perfectly separated. Like YouTube is like Essence of the Queen oracles. Instagram is like Hoodoo Omen playing cards. Period. Like there is no difference here. Okay. Oh my. Y'all make it so difficult. Okay. So what I'm going to do, Omen cards. All right. So what I'm going to do is these are playing cards. But I will read with these if it's chosen. I'm going to go here. Oh my gosh, that's not going to work. I forgot I was psychic for a minute. I was like, I'm going to shuffle these up under the table and I'm just going to see whichever one comes up. But I want to know which one comes up, even though I know you don't know. So I'm going to take one of these. I'm going to shuffle them up under, right? And you're going to see which one comes up first. Whichever one comes up first will be the one I will read with. Okay? And these are the hoodoo the Essence of the Queen Oracle. Essence of the Queen Oracle Spirit has chosen. Okay? So I have not read with these cards in these were created and curated and conjured at the conception of Conjure South. And not the Conjure South you know today, but the magazine came with a perfume, with a nice little spray bottle. All right, so let's see what these particular spirits are going to say today. Excited to see you, Apollonia, Rakela, Petter. All right. So let's see what the spirits have to say and why they may have chosen. So when I tell you it has been at least 5 years, maybe longer. Speaking of perfume, speaking of perfume, the Parfum de la maison. It's so beautiful. Merci. Merci beaucoup. I'm reading it as you wrote it. So I'm like, de pas maison? What? All right. Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept. All right, everybody. Air signs. Mm. Air signs, you get the arrow. The arrow card. The card of the arrow communicates that you need direction. You need clarity. This literally communicates when it comes to this particular card that today having a sense of understanding is going to be imperative for you. Without clarity, without knowingness, without understanding, you cannot be efficient with your actions. So when you get the cards of the arrow, when you get the card of the arrow here, it really is really communicating that importance of truly being able to understand the environment you're in or the people you are around before you take a step, before you make an action. And so it's super important to get that. So who do I have here today with my air signs? And does this resonate with you all? Okay. So again, it's all about having this sense of direction, a sense of solid clarity and direction. I tell you, people really, and I want to unpack this even more because a lot of people really live based off of, oh, well, my intuition tells me this. I feel like that, or it is a thing of my intentions. Well, I am intending to do this, and I intend to do that. Release the idea, the ideology of intentional um intentional pursuit. Release the idea and the ideology of of um of thinking that because your intentions are pure, that your actions are efficient. Okay. Been seeing halts quite a lot. Boom, there's your clarity. There you have it. It's about really getting to the understanding and the truth of it all. So without being clear, you cannot make clear actions and movements. Yep, I did go to bed late last night again. Water signs. This is a look at air symbol, but water signs. You get the scales. Scales balance. Scales balance. Scales balance. Communicate that today is going to be a peaceful day for you. You are going to find that today does provide. It's so difficult for me to get this straight. There we go. There we go. This card tells us that things are going to be quite balanced, grounded, centered, harmonized for you today. This really, all right, listen, let me tell everybody. I'm not sick, number one. However, however, um, I'm gonna show you guys something here very soon, online. When I went home and I stayed at the farm, and stayed in the dusty room, and my sinuses got crazy. Ever since I was like, I don't know how old I was, but it was one summer where I went somewhere, came back, and from that point, it takes me a little bit of time for just that very last residual back of the throat drippage situation. It's like post-nasal drip, I guess you would call it. Um, will linger and linger, and I will cough and cough and cough. But we're gonna dry her up today. Thank you so very much, Bronzy. I greatly appreciate it. Hi, Jennifer. How you be, lady? Um, Good, I hope. I'm struggling with recognizing the emotions and then distancing my visceral reaction to that emotion. The daily readings allow me to know my focus. I'm happy that you find a space of solitude here and a space of clarity for you, you know. So water signs, again, we do have the scales. This does speak that today is going to be a very good day of balance, of harmony. But though I pull this, I am hearing, is this harmonization that you create? Okay. Is this harmonization? Is this peace that you create? Is this understanding that you create? Um, because this may be by your hands. So when this card comes up, it immediately I see the Queen of Spades, the card of justice, the card of creating peace in your life, but it's only by your hands may you have this peace. Speaking of the perfume, amen. Amen. It's super important just to know how to create. And I want to say that too. A lot of individuals will go, how do I protect my positivity? It's not you protecting positivity. It is you saying no and setting boundaries. People then go, well, how do I create a positive space? Well, it's the actions that you choose. Are you choosing to have a peaceful environment, or are you expecting a peaceful environment to be had? I've been doing that since it got here. Randomly take it out just to smell it. It was sitting here, and I was like, okay, I'll anoint myself with this today, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Um, but don't allow your ego, my water signs, to keep you from peace that can be had. Don't allow your pride to keep you from the peace that you absolutely are capable of receiving today. All right? Fire signs. Fire signs, nous avons the crucifix. This communicates that we need to make sure that we are operating within our faith and our spiritual selves. I get it, I hear it, I know it, which is why I'll be ending this very, very soon. Because once I get off of here, I am literally completely immersed in spiritual work. I'm getting spiritual work in these boxes and out of the doors and into the hands of those that trust me. In fact, so I hear you, I get it. So today, my fire signs, we have to operate in a space of faith, okay? Operate in a space of faith is super important. All right. But also understanding what your faith is. It is also the conversation of operating in the knowing, operating in not what could be, not what should be, but what you know that is. even if you have not seen it yet, even if you have not received it yet, know that you have achieved it already. Can you use the perfume in a diffuser? You should be able to. It's not an oil base. There is oil in it, but you may be able to. It actually may evaporate or dissolve quickly because of the contents. It is a true perfume, as it does, it will evaporate. So we have to operate in a space of, again, knowing, of knowingness, of truly knowingness. Um Understanding, like, even for example, like yesterday with the king of clubs, is that it's almost like my dad is repeating himself again. And my dad is alive, but um he speaks very little, but what he does is very profound. And he told me in the mm, about 9 or 8 years ago at this point, we were walking in Walmart, and I was going through a space in my life where I had an opportunity, and I was becoming a little impatient. He told me, he says, the key tool to strengthen your faith is your patience. Plant the seed, water it, nurture it, and allow it to take root. So it is that thing, but operating too in your spiritual form, tapping into that divination if that's what is needed first. Okay. And earth signs. Earth signs, you get the crescent moon. I love these cards. I love these cards. I really do. Earth signs. With this crescent moon, it tells us that your blessings are going to be growing. So this card would literally align with the 5 of hearts, communicating that there is a gradual blessing that is coming to you. There is going to be gradual blessings, or your day is going to gradually become better um, from now to moving forward. So understand that as things come about and grow throughout the day, so will your blessings, so will your experiences, so will your opportunities and resources throughout the day. So just make sure that you are respecting how these things are coming into your life. Okay? Respect how the things are coming into your life as they are gradually being given. That financial ability, freedom, or steadiness. It's a coupon, it's a discount, it's a um refund on something, so forth and so on. So just be aware of that. Okay. Everyone, I thank you all so very much for joining me today. I am going to jump on off of here because, as like with this card, it is confirmation of what I know I already needed to do and what my plans were. And I refuse today to allow today to go by without me completely doing everything that I can to make sure that the clients that trust me, the clients that trust me, are get their confirmation of the work that has been done, that is being done, or whatever that is, and those things are going out. You all, working ritual weekend is coming up. I do want to remind you one more time to please check out this month's community service. Don't be a fool and miss out on this blessing. I'm telling you, I don't push any other community service other than this one next month and December, and you will see why if you do so. You will see why if you do so. You all have a wonderful and amazing, blessed day. J'espère que ça va bien. D'accord, ma chérie. Et merci beaucoup pour ça. Et voilà, merci et bonne journée et bonne soirée. Salut.